Hey everybody, number 48 in the Criterion collection, Black Orpheus by Marcel Camus, I think, from France, 1959. This film is, I was going to say modern retelling, modern to 1959, retelling of the story of Orpheus and Eurydice. I'm sure I'm pronouncing her name wrong. Um, they have essentially taken that fable, that story, and translated it to modern time. Despite being a French film, it's actually filmed in Brazil because it's set against Carnival. If you're not familiar, what I can do is give you the plot of Orpheus and Eurydice real quick, and then in your heads, just turn that story into modern day with no fantastic elements. Well, small fantastic elements, I suppose, set in Carnival. So Orpheus and Eurydice. Orpheus is a man who can charm anybody. His songs and his music can charm absolutely anybody. He is married to Eurydice, who dies young, unfortunately. And Orpheus goes into the afterlife, goes into the underworld, charms his way past Cerberus, charms his way all the way to Hades, where he asks for his wife back. And he plays music so moving that it even makes Hades cry. And so he agrees to give Orpheus one chance and one chance only to be reunited with his love. He says, "Leave the underworld, walk back to your home. She will be behind you all the way. When you emerge, she will be back with you. If you turn to look at her at any point, you will never see her again, and you will be separated forever." And so Orpheus proceeds back through the underworld, but is terrified that it's a trick because he cannot hear her footsteps behind him. So he doesn't think she's really there. And then, just as the end is in sight, he thinks, "I'm close enough. I have to know. I have to see." Because no mortal is allowed to enter the afterlife, the underworld, alive twice. Them's the rules. So, like, this is his one shot. And if he screws it up, he doesn't get another shot. So he does turn around in time to watch her scream and be pulled back and to know that he failed because he didn't have faith. That's the story of Orpheus and Eurydice. That's the plot of this movie, except in 1959 Brazil. The only other interesting thing about the making of this movie is the star of this movie was not an actor. He was a football player in Brazil. The director saw him walking down the street and literally just went, "Hey, you want to star in a movie?" Because he felt like the guy looked like his Orpheus. Do I recommend this movie? Not really. Um, I like what they tried to do, and it is kind of fun to see Carnival because I've never been, so it's kind of fun to see some of that captured. But there's nothing that stands out about this movie. There's nothing exceptional. There's nothing. It's just kind of there. It's fine. It does its job, which is retelling this classic story in a more modern setting. I've just done that for you. I've told you the tale. Um, More or less what you're picturing is what's there. It also has a problematic protagonist in that. And I've seen this a couple other times. The first one that comes to mind is Valerian, this in the city of 1,000 planets, where the main character, we are told in no uncertain terms, is a womanizer. But we encounter him meeting his true love, right? Like he's going to give up womanizing because this is the woman he's meant to be with. The issue is, if you don't handle that really well, it doesn't work. Because, yes, in this one, our Orpheus is engaged to somebody else, still well known to sleep around. Like, everybody knows it. It's little kids on the street help cover for him as he's cheating on his fiancee. Um, and then he meets Eurydice and falls in love, except This is the first time we're seeing this character meet a new conquest or love. So we don't have any way to measure which is true. We have absolutely no way to know that this new infatuation is his one true love instead of just another girl he's trying to hook up with. Right? He can say and act any way he wants, but we don't have enough context to know that this isn't just what he does. And so it's hard for us to feel for this star-crossed romance that is fated to end in death. Because we don't know for sure that he actually cares about her. It's a very seriously dropped ball if you want to set your main character up as a womanizer and then show us the woman that makes him change his ways. You have to be very careful about it. You have to have scenes where his friends are like, you've never been like this before. You have to see him changing his habits and patterns for the woman in a way that strikes people who know him as unusual. We have to see, we haven't been there for his whole life. We have to see that this is unusual and different because we don't have a basis for comparison. It's frustrating. There's a character in a video game that does the same. Ron Farr from Lunar 2 is the same thing. He's a womanizer, but then you find out the story of his one true love that he can't be with, and it's like, how am I supposed to care about this when he sleeps with everything that moves? Like, yeah, I'm sorry you lost your one true love due to politics, but like, I'm finding out about your one true love and your tragic story after I've seen the way you've behaved with all women up to this point. Anyway, you're not here for a Lunar 2 review. So yeah, the film is so-so. It's average. It's fine. It does what it says on the tin. I don't heavily recommend it. I don't hate it. I'm mostly going to forget about this movie in time. And that's okay. Not every film is for everyone. And again, like I say, if you love this film, if this film opened your eyes and was a wild adventure of imagination for you, awesome. I'm glad you found something that did that for you. It didn't do that for me. And that's okay. Art hits every one of us differently. That's one of the cool things about it. So, all I can do is speak to my experiences and my preferences. That's all I can share. So next, number 49, Knights of Cabiria? Knights of Cabiria, why not? Directed by Federico Fellini in Italy in 1957. So, thanks as always for watching. I will see you in Italy.